So the first important thing will be hybrid damage. It was mind-blowing for me. I had no idea that it works like that, and that will help you to understand why the hell your character doesn't do enough damage. What's up guys, it's Kosh, and today in Soul Knight Prequel we will talk about something really important. Stats, damage calculation and additional stats. So I will tell you how that hybrid damage is calculated, what the hell is bonus damage, what the hell extra damage, how defense resistances work, and all those will dive into some formulas and you will know how to build your character. Because honestly, I had no idea how hybrid attack works. I thought it's just your attack plus magic attack and you're done. No. So yeah guys, let's dive into it and learn more. By the way guys, I would be really glad if you would subscribe to the channel and give it a like, because yeah, that's really important info that will allow more people to find the video. YouTube algorithms, just as your comments. So the first important thing will be hybrid damage. It was mind-blowing for me. I had no idea that it works like that, and that will help you to understand why the hell your character doesn't do enough damage. So basically, hybrid damage isn't the sum of attack and magic. No. First, we calculate the hybrid attack power, and then we'll move on to the damage. Hybrid attack power is calculated as, let's use our example here, the highest attack stat, in our case it's physical attack, plus 3 times lower attack stat. In our case, it's the magic. And then that sum will be divided by 2. So in our scenario here, our hybrid attack will be 740 plus 27 times 3, that's 81. And overall, it will be 821 divided by 2. That's 410.5 hybrid attack power, and I was expecting to get something like 760. So if you want to fully utilize your character, you would like to have somewhere around even numbers of physical attack power and magical attack power. That way one of the stats will be multiplied by 3 and some of those will be divided by 2. So in this example, the sum of those stats is lower than I have, but if we will calculate the hybrid attack, that's 253 times 3, 759 plus 412, that's 1.1k divided by 2, that's 585. So that's way higher. Moreover, the physical attack here will be higher because once this character, it's a druid, it will turn into the bear mode, it will get the strength multiplier, so that number will be higher. But for the most classes, you just want to balance it out and try to have it as high as possible. Basically, how you can do that, if you are using the heavy armor, for example, you can use the magical weapon instead of the physical weapon. And vice versa, if you're using the magical armor that's giving intelligence and magic attack, you can use the physical weapon. Although hybrid classes are hard to build and balance the stats out, so be really careful when you're doing that. Now guys, I went on the ASKP Discord and found the base stats calculations here. Actually, some guys hinted me this as well, so big thanks to the community here. And the actual damage dealt isn't just your attack power, it works for both hybrid attack power and the normal attacks as well, depending on the skills you use and the type of damage you use. But basically, it's attack power multiplied by attack power divided by attack power plus enemy defense. So here is the kind of formula for you in the spreadsheet. Basically, with attack power of 740 and the defense of 629, we will get this formula: attack power multiplied by attack power divided by attack power plus enemy defense. So in this case, this will be like a modifier of enemy defense, and in the end we will get 400 damage if I calculated everything correctly. So basically, the higher enemy defense, the lower will be your damage output, and then on top of that you got the fluctuation rate of basically 0.9 to 1.1. So this number will be multiplied by a random of those, so that will give you higher and lower damage numbers, so they won't be like flat results. And yeah, it works for all physical, magical and hybrid damage, and you just use the proper attack power for those calculations. Next, let's talk about some stats. HP. HP is strength multiplied by 4. It's pretty flat and easy to get, so basically each strength point will give you 4 HP. Mana point is intelligence times 2, so each intelligence point will give you 2 mana points by default. Now let's talk about attack and magic power calculation. For attack power, you got strength plus dexterity divided by 3. So basically it's sum of those stats divided by 3 3 of each stat will give you 1 physical attack power. For the magical attack power, it's intelligence divided by 3. So each 3 points of intelligence will give you 1 additional magical attack, and add your weapon attack power on top of that. So we have the physical one or the magical one, and that will kinda give you your attack power. Next one is the dodge chance. You can see the final result here, but in order to figure out how many points do you need somewhere to get it higher, it's 15 basic dodge chance plus dexterity divided by 25. So each 25 points of dexterity will give you 1 extra evasion chance. And then on top of that, you will get your dodge chance bonuses that you get from your gear, from your stuff over here. Yeah, so those will all add up. Interesting though, if you follow the formula that I just mentioned to you, it doesn't work for me. So over here I have dodge chance of 17. If we got 15 basic ones, then we got +3 from the dexterity. That seems legit. Around that, why the hell it doesn't add up my dodge chance from the epics talents? Because I think that the basic dodge chance isn't 15 as it's stated in the formula. Because I've got my new character on the alt account that doesn't have any of those epics levels, and it have dodge chance of 14 and 2 dodge is added from dexterity, and 12 dodge chance is added from the gear. My god. And it got dodge chance of 2 basically, so your basic dodge chance is 0. Why the hell it says 15? So yeah, it seems that the formula that I found on the Discord might be not so right. It's inaccurate for reference only, but it's not close to the original. Basically, it's 0 plus dexterity divided by 25 plus additional dodge things, because for me, if I won't forget to add the screenshot over here, the new character have about 0% dodge chance by default. So yeah, basically it will be like dexterity divided by 25% plus your dodge chance percentage, or maybe it will be multiplied like here for the criticals. I'm not sure. I mean, I'm not that good at theory crafting, it takes too long to test, but yeah, you see what I mean. Next is actual critical rate. I think it will be kind of the same because my new character have 0 critical rate, and yeah, I think it should be used only for reference only. Right now I got 60 bonus crit chance and increased base crit chance. Current crit chance is 14%, while the formula gives us 15 plus dexterity divided by 50% multiplied by 1 plus bonus critical chance, so it should be higher than that. Oh well, then I won't stop that much on this, since it's not that accurate and it's not really close to original, to be honest, right now. The current crit chance on my new character is 2%, so it's definitely not this. It should be way lower. So yeah, sadly, that's as far as we can go. Next one is resistance. Resistance formula is 100 divided by 100 plus 4 times X, and measured with extra damage. I have no idea what measured with extra damage means. I hope you guys know it, so share with me in the comments your opinion on that. But I recreated the resistance formula here in the spreadsheet, and basically the numbers that you have over here will be really important if that's a right thing. So 10 resistance will result in 0.71 damage, so that's like 71%. Let me actually do this as a percentage so you will understand it better. There we go. While 20 will already be 55, 70 will be 26, and even 100 resistance will be only 20. So the higher resistance you get, the low you will get for that. If you got -5, you will get 25% more damage. So I've got -1 fire resistance here, not sure why, and that thing adds 5%, well 4.1% on top of the damage I'm getting. Alright, great, so we got the resistance nailed down. Next one are bonus damage for each type of element. Obviously, it's easy to get that the type of damage relates to specific type of damage, so poison is for poison, light is for light, etc. And the last one is physical damage, slashing, bludgeoning, and piercing. You can see what kind of damage your weapon and skill does in the skill description. So there we go, this one is bludgeoning damage, etc. And for the weapon, I'm actually not sure. I thought that it was written here, but no. So yeah, basically bonus damage is like a multiplier. I think it can be I haven't found the formula. I found the explanation for the damage like that on the Discord. So basically, bonus damage is if you normally deal 100 damage, and now you deal 100 plus 1 plus 10%. So basically, if you normally deal 100 physical damage, now you deal 100 multiplied by 1 plus 10%, which is 110 physical damage. You have 10% extra physical damage. If you normally deal 100 physical damage, you still deal 10 physical damage. Then you deal another damage equal to 10% of that 10 physical damage. If you have 10% of fire damage, you deal 100 physical damage and another 10% of the fire damage. The only question is, where does it lead in terms of the formula and calculations? So let's try to calculate that bonus damage for fire, for example, over here. So we get 30 bonus damage and we got 40 extra damage. So yeah, it's pretty basic and easy to get, right? But the main problem is the damage plus bonus damage will be applied in one hit, alright? And extra damage will be an extra damage on the side. And the question is, will extra damage get the bonus of the bonus damage? So it will be either 40 or 40 multiplied by this divided by 100. So it can be 52 as well, depending on how it works. So it's really hard to test and we don't really know, but at least now you know the difference between the bonus damage, which is just a multiplier basically, and extra fire damage, which is additional damage. We got 40 extra fire damage right now, so if we hit this guy, bam, we got, you see that? We got that fire damage going, which we shouldn't have by default. There we go, that number. Alright, now when we are done with the formulas more or less, let's move on to the list of elemental debuffs, how they work, because they are not as simple as it seems. So for the fire, inflicts 20% fire damage based on hybrid attack power. 5-second duration stacks up to 3 times by default. Frost, in attack speed minus 15%, movement speed minus 15%, 5-second duration stacks up to 3 times. Electricity, the shock one, 5-second duration, release 1 area attacks, 2-meter range, inflict 25% shock damage based on hybrid attack power. Poison, doubtful. They are not sure how it works. Inflict 20% of poison damage, which is based on hybrid attack power. 5-second duration stacks up to 3 times by default, but I mean, if you're playing druid it will be different. You got them different things here. The sun means all damage minus 25, 5-second duration, and the moon means that damage reduction is minus 10, stacks up to 3 times 5-second duration. Big thanks to Sawachi for all those formulas, all those things. It's the only source that I actually use from the Discord. He's doing all that stuff. Pretty hard working, I like that. And yeah, that's how elemental debuffs are working. So now when you will see one of those on your character, when you are being attacked, and when you actually do it to the enemy by poisoning them or something, you will know what's happening to them. And you know that all that is based on the hybrid attack power, which is actually pretty tough for mages, because if you are pure intelligence mage, the fire thing will be not so high, since it's based on the hybrid attack power. Once again, I am not 100% sure on the facts, how it's working, how it's being calculated. That's just the info I found on the Discord after searching for it for like 3 or 4 days. The game doesn't give us any information, sadly, so that's what we have here. And I really hope that it was useful for you, because yeah, there are way more stats over there, like bonus minion power, which is really important for any Mancer, which everyone is playing right now. It's important stat, but once again, just higher the better. How it works, I am not sure. And all those stats are, I mean, basically we just get as much of stuff as we can and enjoy that, right? So yeah, that's everything I've learned about the additional advanced game mechanics so far. If you get your own tips, let me know down below in the comments, so we will know how it works. And if I made some mistakes in this video, which is probably the case because it's based on the very scarce information over the internet, I would like to hear your opinion as well. Other than that, I would appreciate your likes, comments and subscribes. All that will help to promote the video in YouTube algorithm, so more people will learn how everything works. And yeah, you can check the video description for the links, my Discord, my social media, my other YouTube channels, LD players who can play this game on the PC like I do over here, and other useful stuff. Thank you very much for watching. It's been Stan Kosh. Have a good one. Bye.